Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Recchia, a former Bachelor star, confesses to nearly fleeing when Clayton Echard betrayed her. So, when did this happen, and what did she finally decide to do? Stay tuned for more updates on Rachel's difficult decision. When Clayton Echard was the star of The Bachelor, there were numerous ladies competing for his heart. Finally, he was left with Susie Evans, Gabby Windey, and Recchia. Susie went home after she expressed her displeasure with the prospect of his spending time with other women. That left Gabby and Rachel, with whom Clayton was intimate. However, he understood that Susie was the one who escaped and decided to stop things with his two finalists for her. He and Susie have since parted, and she has moved on, leaving him to pursue love through a new reality television channel. Clayton entered the current season of Netflix's The Perfect Match, hoping to find the one. He was suddenly reconnected with Rachel, and they soon connected. However, less than 24 hours later, he broke the romance all over again, which shattered her. Rachel even admitted that she wanted to run away after he crushed her heart for the third time. She added that she didn't feel like the others on the show understood her sorrow. Fortunately, she received a lot of support from the other females surrounding her, who reminded her that it was all about Clayton and not her. She had done nothing wrong and should not go just because he hurt her. To be sure, if Recchia had not had such strong support, she would have tried her hardest to leave. When Recchia returned home from The Perfect Match, everyone was upset that she had reconnected with the former Bachelor star. She did inform them that she had met and bonded with others. She did, however, justify returning to her ex as a normal female. Rachel even knew her co-star Gabby would be furious that she was back with Clayton. Rachel realizes she needs to move on with her life, therefore she will refrain from criticizing her reality TV ex. One thing is certain, she will never return to reality television, and she claims to be retired. The Bachelor Nation star supposedly means what she says, despite previous statements. Recchia had always believed that some wounds were never meant to be reopened. She had healed once, or at least she thought she had, after the chaos of Clayton Echard's season of The Bachelor. It had taken months, therapy, solitude, distractions, and a few cautious new beginnings to regain her balance after that dramatic and very public heartbreak. When Clayton had told both Gabby and Rachel that he was in love with them, after already sleeping with both, only to reveal that Susie was the one he truly wanted, Rachel had felt like she was drowning on national television. That infamous rose ceremony had become a symbol for everything that could go wrong when you handed your heart to someone on camera. But time dulled the sharpest edges, and Rachel eventually learned to carry the scars without letting them weigh her down. Or so she thought. When Netflix's The Perfect Match reached out to her team, she was hesitant at first. Reality dating TV? Again? Her initial response was a firm no, followed by a week of silence before her curiosity slowly overrode her apprehension. The idea of meeting people who had experienced the same kind of scrutiny appealed to her. Maybe, just maybe, there was someone out there who understood the unique kind of pain that came from being heartbroken in front of millions. The producers promised something different, a new setting, mature cast, diverse personalities, and most of all, control. Rachel wouldn't be at the mercy of an unpredictable lead. This time, she could choose. And she did choose. In the early days of The Perfect Match, Rachel found herself cautiously drawn to a quiet, grounded veterinarian from Dallas named Cole. He wasn't flashy. He didn't try too hard. He listened more than he spoke and had a steadying presence that calmed her nerves. Their early conversations felt like shared exhalations, two people learning how to trust again after being burned. For the first time in a while, Rachel was hopeful. She was letting her guard down, but not too much. She couldn't afford another wreckage. Not again. That's why everything changed when Clayton Echard arrived halfway through the season as one of the twist contestants. Rachel had been sipping champagne by the pool, laughing with Cole and a few of the other castmates, when the front doors opened and Clayton stepped into the villa like a ghost from a fever dream. Her stomach dropped. All the oxygen seemed to leave the space. She barely heard the squeals and gasps from the other women as he confidently introduced himself to the group. Her gaze met his, and for a fleeting second, she felt every moment from their past flash behind her eyes. The overnights. The heartbreak. The tears on that Iceland cliff. The way her voice had broken when she said, "You told us you loved us." And here he was. Again. The producers wasted no time stirring the pot. Clayton had a date card. He could ask out anyone. Everyone speculated, but Rachel already knew. When he called her name, a hush fell over the villa. Cole looked at her in quiet disbelief. She didn't respond right away. She wanted to say no. But something, curiosity, unfinished business, masochism, forced her to nod. They left together while cameras captured every second. Their date was predictably picturesque: sunset boat ride, candlelit dinner by the shore, soft music in the background. But Rachel wasn't focused on the setting. She was hyper-aware of Clayton's every move, the careful way he smiled, the thoughtful pauses in his sentences, the way his eyes occasionally softened when he looked at her. He apologized. Sincerely. He said all the things she had wanted to hear 2 years ago. He admitted to being immature during his Bachelor season, to not understanding the weight of his choices, to making the worst kind of mistake by thinking love had to be dramatic to be real. Rachel sat through it all, nodding occasionally, asking a few pointed questions. But the truth was, some part of her still wanted to believe him. That was the most dangerous part. Back at the villa, she pulled away from Cole gently. She told him she owed it to herself to explore this unresolved chapter. He didn't fight her on it. He respected her honesty, even if it hurt. Rachel and Clayton reconnected quickly, suspiciously quickly, according to some of the other contestants. They stayed up late talking by the pool, holding hands in the hot tub, sharing knowing glances across the kitchen. For the first time in a long while, Rachel felt like maybe they had come full circle. Maybe they were finally both ready at the same time. That night, she cried in the confessional room until the camera operators respectfully turned off the lights and left her alone. She barely slept. In the morning, she packed her suitcase. She didn't want to stay. Not with him in the villa. Not after being blindsided again. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.